Hey, anybody who's watching. So, I was supposed to go on a live thing tonight, but that got canceled. So I figured, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make some stuff. So, let's see. Hey, Joe and Michelle, welcome. Blunghole, I love your name. Welcome. Hopefully this will be at least mildly entertaining. Maybe some other people will show up. Maybe they won't. So, just the format of how this is going to work is I'm just going to make something. I have nothing in mind. It's going to be a gun or a sword. Hey, Raz. Or something. I don't know. I'm going to ask you guys for some ideas on some stuff, too. Some stuff you guys might want to see in whatever we come up with. I am going to move my screen once we start doing everything and I start the screen share. So I won't be looking at the camera. I'll be looking at what I'm making. Yes, Raz, that is the entire point of tonight. Everybody can suggest some stuff. I'll probably ask some questions. I'm not going to do polls and stuff because I don't know how to do that. So first and foremost, just because I almost did it, but I wanted to say this before I did it. I try really hard to be good on other people's channels. I have a foul mouth, and this is not a channel for children. I apologize now, but I'm going to mess something up, and there's going to be some F-bombs, and I apologize. I don't really apologize, but I'm just saying. Blunghole. Thank you, man. That means a lot. All right, so let me see, y'all. So let me move this over here. So when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you guys. It does. It does. And you know what? People who curse more are less stressed. I couldn't imagine my life without cursing. It's a gift. All right, so let me kick on the screen share. Elites! What's up, man? Thanks for coming, man. I'm going to do it this way. Because I don't like it this way. Because you won't be able to see anything. And that's probably going to be the best. Well, wait. How about this? We'll do this. This look good for everybody? Have you ever did an accessory for Earthrise Megatron to get his gray cannon on the back? No. The reason why is because the only Earthrise Megatron I have is the green one, and he is pimped out in my Shattered Glass Megatron set printed in purple. And trying to design his shoulder or his cannon to stick up out of the back, it wouldn't be all that practical. I mean, we could make a gun and just plug it into one of his ports, and that would probably work. Let's see. So what are we thinking? Are we thinking a gun? Are we thinking a sword? Not really trying to do armor pieces right now, or anything specific for bots, because the collection has gotten to the point where the stuff behind me is probably 10%, and there's another like 10% on two giant shelves right here, and the Titans are put up. If you can hear that, that's my furnace. Sorry, it has a noisy fan. And a lot of the bots are put up. A lot of them are put up in storage bins just because I have run out of room. I gotta stop buying so much stuff. I don't mean that, but for practical reasons, I should. Personally glad he doesn't have a gun barrel since he's no longer a gun. That's fair. That is fair. Wooly just got my Triptychon today. He is so good. Just be careful with those the hip joints. If you got the first run, the hip joints tend to destroy themselves. The ratchets in the hips. If you have the second run, they fixed it. Lorgan! Working. That time difference gets me every time you say that. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, man. What are you doing? Thanks for coming, though. Let's see. A comma. What the hell is a comma? I mean, I'm going to look that up. Hold on. Oh. I could do that. You know what? Is I could do that in two different ways now that I'm thinking about it. We could almost do that like I did the I did a kind of like a Halloween set for Hoist. So Hoist has like a Jason mask, and then he has a machete and a knife, but he also has two axes. And the way I did those two axes was I made handles, and then I made the axe heads. Fun thing is when I print them, I actually have filament that has wood in it, and so I print the handles out of wood. I think a few weapons that turn into cassettes would be fitting. So that would be cool, but not something I could do in a live stream. That would take a few days because that's involving joints and probably dozens of test prints that I can't do right now. I have to work on the printers this weekend to get some stuff out. But we could do a comp. We could do that Japanese axe deal. Looking at the picture. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. So one of the tools that you'll see me play with all the time while we're doing this is this. This is digital calipers. So modern figures all have 5mm ports for their hands. Now, you don't actually have to have a 5mm cylinder to go in their hands. As you see, some of the weapons, they're not actually 5mm in either direction. They're not tubes or pegs. They're pegs, but they'll like flat face some of them, which comes really handy when you're 3D printing. Because if you flat face them, that means you can lay them down on one of those flat faces and you'll get a nice flat face, and then you'll get the nice curvature of the outside. But it also means that when you print things, which I'm just going to pretend I say, like, here's Starscream's sword. And so you notice how, like, if I print something flat like that, just the way that printers work, okay, the layer lines, which is the point of weakness, which is what drives me nuts when I see things on eBay where they print swords and guns with the handles vertical, because the weak point is actually going to be those layer lines. And if your layer lines is where your handle is going to snap off. And I see people selling stuff on Etsy and on eBay that the handles are printed in a way that, like, you're going to put that in and out of a figure's hand twice and it's going to snap. So I actually love making stuff that lays flat, and I orient 99% of the stuff I make so that when I print it, it doesn't screw it up. And you're not going to snap stuff off. So how long, let me look, I'm kind of on this screen looking at the pictures. How long is one of those things? Okay. So if, like, we're going to make a handle, and I'm not doing this, I'm not actually measuring anything right now. What I'm doing is I'm looking at, like, how long a good handle would be. And I'm not actually looking at the calipers already turned on yet. I'm eyeballing it. I do a lot of eyeballing stuff, and then I just round. So, like, right there, actually, let me turn these on. Oh, no, my battery's going dead. Well, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Because I don't know if I have any more of these batteries. Oh, whatever. I'll go to Harbor Freight and buy another whole set of these things for $5. Let's see. That's like 32 and a half. So let's do 30. Let's do a 30mm handle. So, Raz, you're going to love this because I do everything in millimeters. It's the only, like, measurement I can really work with when we're doing this. And I know it's going to make you happy that I'm going to have to use millimeters and not our horrible inches. So first we need a tube. Now I know I said they just don't have to be flat, and they don't. So I want this 30mm. 30mm. Now I also know that it's going to be 5 by 5 because it's a 5mm port. Yes, metric. Let me check the chat real quick. I was tempted to buy a printer, but my current workspace isn't really suited for it. Neither's mine, and I have 3 of them on this desk. And I have a resin printer I bought on Black Friday sitting over there that I haven't opened. Harbor Freight is like church for me. Damn right. Damn right. The stuff I will go buy at Harbor Freight. I mean, I bought a table saw at Harbor Freight. I buy most tools at Harbor Freight. If I need little screwdrivers, I'm going to Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is amazing. Hey, David, man, thanks for showing up. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what we were doing. So 5 millimeter, 5 millimeter. Now you saw me measure it, right? You see how long it was in the hand. So, introduction to what I used. I use Tinkercad. Tinkercad is free software. Anybody can go, and it's web-based. That's why we're on a website. It's web-based. So the thing I like to do with handles. All right, so here when you make a cylinder, you can adjust the sides. I crank that all the way up. I then also do a bevel when I'm doing handles. And there's a reason I do a bevel. I usually do a bevel of like 1. Go to 1. You can also do this. Boop. All right. You'll see why I do this. So, but I don't want it to print like that, because if you try to print like that, you're going to have to use supports, and it's going to be a terrible, terrible pain in the ass. And I don't want that. So what you do is these boxes here, when you see a solid color, that's going to be a solid piece. When you see this transparent like this, that's actually a cut. So I'm going to cut like 0.5 millimeter off of that. But then I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to select this. This is where things start to get a little like weird. And I'm going to use this tool up here. This is the alignment tool. So what I did was I put this flat piece here. This is going to cut the bottom off. I duplicated it. So there's actually 2 sitting here. You just can't see it. I selected the one that I just made and this, and I'm going to use an alignment tool. And I'm going to use this little bubble right here to align it to the top. So now it's going to cut the top, it's going to cut the bottom, and then we're going to select it. So when we select it, we come here and group it. Now it's grouped. Now you'll notice it's not a cylinder anymore. Now it's flat on 2 edges. 2 sides are flat. So when this prints, it's going to print flat on a glass bed. It's going to be perfectly flat. And then it'll print layer, 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 layer. The top of it will be flat. I know, Elite. I have to fix the grill guard. It didn't work. I printed it. I made it. The idea was sound, but it doesn't stay on. All right, so another thing you have to do when you're doing this is, because it was on the ground, this is the ground. It was on the ground, and I cut a piece off the bottom. So now it's floating. Look, it's floating. I don't want it floating. I don't want it floating. When I hit the letter D on my keyboard, that's going to drop it. So now that's dropped. All right, so here's our handle. We don't have to keep it this way. We can make it fancy. Ish. I mean, let me see. What can I do to make this fancy? What should I do to make this fancy? You know what? Let's take one of these sides. Yeah, I'm going to crank that up so it's smooth. I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to make this like 0.5 millimeter. Now let's do 1. It's really hard to print 0.5 millimeter. Let's do 1 millimeter like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wall thickness, which is 2.5, and I'm going to make that 0.5. So now this edge right here is going to be 0.5. And the radius is 10. But you see, radius doubled is 20. Radius of this, the radius of this on the, when it was still a cylinder, would have been 10, making it 5. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to make this 10. Wait. Hold on. It is 10. 10, 10, 20, so 2.5. There we go. I'm going to take this. I'm going to select them both. I'm going to select this one because I don't want it to move. I'm going to align these to make them pretty. And they're just sitting right there, right? So here's where the fun part comes. Doop, 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 doop. I'm going to go past the bevel a little bit. I'm going to turn this into a cut. And then I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to move it up a little. And then it saves not only the duplication, but the movement. So now when I hit duplicate again, there you go. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to combine them. Now that might be a little too aggressive, I will admit, but it does the trick. It adds kind of texture to a handle. Now I may not leave it this way because the bottom of it isn't going to really want to touch in every location, but yeah, it might be all right. All right, let's leave it at that. There's the handle. Nice textured handle. Problem is I don't know how well that'll hold in a hand because it is going to be so separated. So let's make these a little bit smaller. Actually, just Control Z, Control Z. Delete, 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 delete. Let's change this. Right now, right now it's 1. Let's make it 0.5. It's hard to select the cuts. Dude, I will toss those in, Raz. This was your idea. All right, I'm going to duplicate it. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. That'll work better. And then, bloop. That's going to work much better. That actually might be too aggressive of a cut. Oh, well, we'll find out when it prints. And when I do get it printed, this will be one of the first things I'll print just so I can post it up on Instagram. Let me check the chat. David has an issue with caps lock. Bleats wants the grill guard finished. I need to figure out how to angle my Earthrise Optimus stripe. I don't think I know what you mean. If you had unlimited time, could you carve Japanese symbols into the blade and handle? Not at, all right, so at this scale, trying to do that would be, you'd lose it. Unless you print it in resin. If you print it in resin, you could probably do that at this scale, but if I tried to do this in this scale, it would just look like crap. How long does it take to make a piece, something like a blaster from design to finish? If I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass, but I did a live stream where I made a blaster on here and I did it in an hour. Just like I did this. I didn't have an idea what I was going to do. Man, I wish the gas tanks for Earthrise primes were so small. I wish they didn't tuck in on their own all the time. I wish they locked in place. Yeah, see, these are all loose. I'm noticing there's a clip on the inside of Earthrise Optimus wheel well and a groove on his leg. I don't know. Because, of course, he's just sitting on my desk. Wait. Clip on the inside of the wheel well. Are you talking about the front or the back? And a groove on his leg. Unfortunately, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I know what you're talking about. T-Fan page. Brian, what's up, man? Thank you for coming. Brian, we are just kind of making up with some stuff, and Raz said commas. I'm going to call them commas because I can't talk, and it's good, and it's funny. So, now, if we're going to do this as 2 pieces, the next thing we got to really consider is how do you connect this pole, basically it's a pole, to the commas when I'm looking at pictures of them, and on those, the blades are always thinner than the handle. We could put a notch in here so that it would sit in here. But structurally, it would probably be kind of terrible. But we can try. But we probably should make it. All right, so one thing I always do is I like to kind of color code stuff. So I'm going to change this color, and I'm going to see what it looks like in silver. If you notice, most of the stuff I post on the internet is printed in silver because it photographs best. But we also could sit here and be like, all right, that's a wooden handle. Let's make it brown. Brown wooden handle. Okay. So looking at a comma's blade, that's actually not a difficult thing to do. It's shit. Realistically, this is all it is. Crank up the sides. Drop this to like 2 millimeters. How would that look? Look at another picture. Let me look here. Let me see what I'm looking at. All right. Burp. How about the front wheel elites? I mean, I know it's got notches and stuff on is how it connects when you transform it, but I'm not sure what you're. I don't know what you mean, dude. Okay. Another Canadian, welcome to you, family. I do a live stream. It's full of Canadians. I love you guys. It's more Canadians the better. Okay. All are welcome. All are welcome. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, and we're just gonna cut that the hell off. I'm gonna lower this so it doesn't miss anything. But looking at a comma, so looks to me like the blade is this back here. It would be this flat piece, not the back. Because if it was the back, I'd come in here and I could bevel this, and we could get kind of a blade shape. Probably wouldn't show up very well in the print, though. But that doesn't look right, does it? I don't know. Not great. That looks like it either has to be longer, or I got to be more aggressive with it. There we go. But that's a lot of meat to take off. Let's see. So if it went like that, what was the thickness? 2. 3. Boop. Yeah, I can peg that in. Yeah, I can peg that in. We're going to pick that like 3 by 3. Yes. And I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to align this with this and do the thing. Make sure it's centered. Make sure it's centered. I need to make it a hole. Boop. Change it to a hole. Go into here. Change the alignment so that now it's going to go into there. And I'm going to make that into one piece. So now, and this will be fine when it prints. Hey, Hoist! What's up, man? Let's see. Oh, no. Whoa, wait. What happened? Hold on. I missed a bunch of stuff. Sorry. More Canadians better. It's always nice to have us around. Just got core class Ravage. He feels lost without sound waves. Still feel nice along with Shockwave. Shockwave's actually pretty cool. I have like 3 of him because one of the kids loves it. The youngest one wants one of everything, and I wanted one for him. Blue Raccoon, hello. I need to figure this stuff out. I'm so out of the loop. I'm out of the loop at my stream. Question: does World Collide B have 5 Miller ports at the wheel? The Worlds Collide Bumblebee is the same as all of the Cliff Jumper molds. And I amazingly don't have one near me. So I can't check for you. I would, but I don't see him. Let's see. I wonder if any famous people will join. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe somebody else wants to join in. They want to hang out. They want to help design. I might have sent some invite. Well, not invite, but I might have invited some people just to be like, hey, if y'all want to join, cool. How much more famous than 20,000 subs do you need, Elite? Brian's the hottest one here. I could be taken so wrong. Or right. I don't judge. With my rabbit. Okay, I think I'm caught up with chitty chat. Be open to join. Send me one. Send you. I told you I'll throw one of these in your box. All right, let me get back on the designing. All right, let's see. So I made that a square hole, and that's a square peg. A square peg in a square hole. But doing that is easier said than done. Elites. Wait. Chief Vampire. Both wrong and right are the correct answer. Damn right. Elites. Thanks, man. One day you will get your bull guard, man. All right, so square head. Well, now a thing to remember about 3D printing is you're 3D printing basically layers of tubes because the nozzle's round, the layers are bubbled. You know, it's mostly making square things with round things. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this radius button, and if you notice when I change this radius, it changes the shape. But cool thing is if you turn the steps all the way down and you barely change the radius, let me make this a color that you can actually tell that this is what it's doing. You'll see that it does this. It's going to cut. Let me change how far things move when I move them for a second. Okay, cool. So now you'll see it's got this kind of little edge to it. That will help get the corners in without me sitting here with a knife and just be like shaving it. So we got to do something about the edge on this thing, don't we? Easy peasy. Check this out. All you got to do to put an edge on anything, you take a box. You take this box and you put a very slight, I like to go with a 22. Take this box, you take a 22-degree cut, and you drop that right there. So you see now it's going to cut an edge into this. Now I'm going to lower a little bit. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. But then I'm going to take another box. But I'm going to rotate this one that way. Now I don't want this to look too stupid. So I'm going to select both of these boxes. I'm going to align them. The other part doesn't really matter. Now there's ways to do this so that it's exact, but I'm honestly for this, I can just eyeball this. So nope. I think that looks right. There's another way to do this if I really wanted to. Is I can actually take this. Take this. Wrong button. This. Duh. Put them all in the center like this. And then I'm going to change this to 1 millimeter. Right? Not 0.1. 0.1 is that's too much. Change this to 1 millimeter, and I will do this. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Forgot I need to hold shift to make it go up. Control to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 9 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Change this back to 0.25. 1. Those two are exactly where they need to be. And because the squares are already aligned, when I do that, change this to a color that shows off definition a little bit better. So now we have a wooden handle with a square peg. And we have, damn it, we have a blade. Got a little bit of an edge to it. It's not going to be great, but it's got a little bit of an edge to it. The print like that. Now, the print orientation for something like this, unfortunately, because, you know what? No, I know what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to take a box, and we are just going to put it right there. But then I'm going to ungroup this so that I can use some alignment tools. So I'm going to align you with you to that edge. I know it, put it over here, but I'm going to click on it. Wait, I'm going to click on it here to make sure I've got the right one. And I'm going to take this here. Now, I can make this as big or as small as I want, but I'm actually going to go negative with it. So now, excuse me, now when I click all this, I group it, it dead aligned with this back edge. So I can actually print this like that. And that'll probably print just fine. So, and I can actually even give you a preview of what this would look like. So you can take, I'm going to make copies because it's easier for me to just make a copy, move it around, and then delete it instead of having to mess with the orientations again. Doop, doop. Boop, 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 boop. Flip this up like that. Let me rotate it around so you can actually. Nah, the rotation thing gets a little bit annoying because I do things so small. No, I'd like you to rotate 90 degrees. Fine. There you go. I'm going to take this and rotate that 90. And take these two things, and I want them aligned. I said take these two things, and I want them aligned. I know I'm missing all kinds of shit in the chat. I will jump back over in just a second. And then raise that up. Slide that over. Let's eyeball the hole. Drop it down. And there you go. That looks about right, the scale that I was looking at. Knuckle stingers for War for Cybertron, Bumblebee, Blue Stinger, Black First. Hold on, did I miss you saying a bunch of stuff? I'm holding up parts. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special treat for you. I would like to introduce to you our dear friend.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm making shit for people, man.
What does that look like? Looks like some kind of cooking utensil.
Isn't it? I didn't know this before.
Oh, that's for when Cybertronians have to garden. Because in Beast Machines, it came up green, right? So they gotta get rid of all those weeds.
So this is a future weapon of the post Beast Machines era of them trimming the weeds back on an all vegetation Cybertron.
But, well, a little brief history in Filipino martial arts, they use these things as weapons as well.
Isn't that
that's
why
all they were able to
isn't some of the weapons basically designed off of tools because things like swords and stuff were banned for a while?
Yeah, when it was under Spanish rule, I mean, for about 400 years, Spanish rule. I mean, that's basically what they had access to. So that's what it is. So it's kind of interesting how there's some fighting techniques with those things. Hey, Elite 8 TF fan page.
So this was Raz's idea.
To make garden tools?
To make a set of garden tools. And then you can do silly shit like this just for demonstration purposes. Take that and rotate like that. I'm gonna take it and go like that. Take this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
There you go. It looks, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me. There. So it's not actually wedged in. Yeah, that's
Nice.
kind of cool. As a first little weapon. So we've been working on that one for about 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer than 20 minutes. So the parts for this will move over to this back corner. And then
I do the same thing because it's just like you treat the components like Legos too,
Yep.
right, or something.
Yep. And whenever I'm messing around with stuff, like if I want to see fitment and stuff, I make copies so that if I accidentally delete anything or
Yeah.
it gets messed up or whatever, I have the originals back over here. So I've got so many of these tables that are just full of just separate sections of everything on the same table.
Especially when you have to do the test print, right? Because I don't know about you, but it's very rare I would get it on the first shot.
Yeah, because more than likely what will end up happening with this one, because I did bevel the square. I did bevel this right here so that it'll fit in that square hole.
Yeah.
But what will end up happening, I'm going to end up with a little bit of over extrusion. I'm still going to have to do fitment on this, and I may end up having to come back and make this longer because it's only like 4 millimeters. But it's not. I mean, it's just supposed to be glued in, and you're done. But I could print this in wood, print this in silver, and it would look pretty cool, like the axes I made for the Hoist Halloween set.
All right. Cool.
Because I love that wood filament. The only problem with that wood filament is it sucks up moisture, and I have to run every time I use it. I have to run it through the dehydrator.
Yeah. I want. Yeah. Well, it's the wood filament. I saw a STL for a ukulele. Thinking of getting some wood filament and printing it with that.
That would be pretty cool. If you get the right wood filament, that would be pretty cool. I know some of them are cool too because the one that I have, I've never gotten it to work because Tronxies don't like to change temperatures really fast. But or not Tronxie, yeah, Tronxies. If you print it at a lower temperature, it's a lighter color, and if you print it at a higher temperature, it scorches the wood a bit. And if you can program it right, you can make something and have it so that it changes temperature at different levels, so that it almost gives it wood grain.
In the G code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have it perfectly. I mean, you can have it. It'd be layer lines. It would be smooth. It wouldn't be raised like grain, but you could have it smooth and have your own grain lines in it.
A friend of mine did a wood print and he stained it, and it looked actually pretty good.
Yeah, you can stain it too.
Yeah.
Let me see. I keep missing stuff in the chat, mostly because I'm not used to this many people showing up. Have you ever done a laser axe for Prime or a Megatron chain ball? There are several Megatron chain balls. You can print
there's tons of those out there.
Well, I have there's on the file I have out there. There are 3 stationary chains that are in action poses, and then there is also a chain that you can print in place that's a functional chain, and you attach the handle to one end and the ball on the under. Can we get a sweet Epic Gamer diamond for Minecraft? The hell are you talking about?
Epic Gamer diamond.
In sweet Epic Gamer diamond.
The act. So in Minecraft, you can create diamond act. I think diamond is the strongest.
I think he just wants me to do this.
Yeah. There.
He just wants me to do that. Here, we'll make the handle like a different. There, it'll be a different shade of blue, and I'm just gonna pretend I plugged it in. Is that better, Brian?
Brian says, "Can you 3D print a wife? It's gonna be a very small wife." With zero articulation.
Ain't no print in place going on around here. Main problem with wood filament is that it clogs my machine so easily. That is true, but wood filament also will destroy your nozzles if you don't get a hardened nozzle. So do not try to run wood filament or glow-in-the-dark filament or any of that stuff, or especially carbon fiber filament. Don't run that through a brass nozzle. You'll eat the nozzle out.
Netherite was introduced. I don't know. I haven't. My kids play Minecraft, so it's. I haven't kept up with
I haven't played Minecraft in like 15 years.
I haven't played it until my eldest started playing with my youngest, so then I'm no longer required.
Hey, Aaron. Let's see. Battle Armor Cobra Commander. I know. If I could do stuff like that, I would do that. But I know you. Yeah, I know you'd ask me to. It's just I don't even own a G.I. Joe figure, man. Like I don't have one.
Battle Armor Cobra Commander and Iron Grenadier Destro is my two favorite versions of those characters. Hoping to see them in Classified.
Bloodholt says we need a Firetox T-shirt that says "Eat the nozzle out." So there's something you should know about me, Blunghole. I will do damn near anything if it's funny enough, and I do have a couple of new shirts that I'm working on. It's probably not in the description, but if you look at one of my other videos, I do have merch. There is Firetox shirts. I've sold
a Teespring?
Yeah, I have a Teespring.
Yeah. Throw the link, man. I gotta see it.
Yeah, hold on. Easiest way would be to find one on one of my other videos. Because so when I created this, it didn't use my template, and my template has the link.
Okay. Transaren says I just need the helmet done and backpack done. I got a figure that has a cool pattern needed for the battle armor. Cobra Commander. Cool.
So there is the Teespring if anybody wants one of the shirts, or the fanny packs that I wore at TFCon. I 100%
fanny packs.
I had a fanny pack made and wore that shit around TFCon. I had my stickers in it somewhere in here. I have a bunch of stickers I had made up, and I was just giving them out to anybody who wanted them.
Cloth face mask, man. You better remove that.
I have some. I ordered them. I wore them at TFCon. That's the only reason I had them made.
The only state in the union that still has the requirements is mine.
Well, we actually just had. There was something. No, that's right. So at TFCon, you could go to TFCon. You just had to wear a mask the entire time. Okay, fine. We did our best. But right next door, and I mean like attached to the building right next door, they were having a Comic-Con, and you had to walk up and show them your stupid vaccine card.
Oh, vaccine! Sheesh. That requirement.
I was going to go over there and talk about that.
Restaurants just got lifted in the other island early this week. Hopefully in Hawaii, in my island gets. So my island has the largest population, so hopefully that gets lifted soon as well.
Good night, David.
Later, David. But yeah. Thank you. ER. Nice.
All right, so let's come up with another one. So somebody throw out some ideas of some other stuff. We did a bladed weapon. I've never done one of those before, but that handle actually might end up getting reused for multiple things because I might stretch that handle and use it for a couple of axes that I already have the heads designed for.
How about a shield?
Never done a shield. Well, I've done one shield. I made a Captain America shield, but it sort of sucks. I can do a shield. Let's see. Oh, I know what I want to do.
We do a shield in 2 seconds, man. A rectangle and a 5mm peg. No.
And done.
There's your shield. Done.
So wait, hold on.
And you can scale it up to any class as easily as you want.
Well, I am going to do it. All right. Bear with me.
How hard would it be to do battle armor Cobra Commander? Very hard, because that is actually beyond my skill set.
Mine too. Okay, I like that.
Accessories, I like weapons are I mean, stuff like that. It's just you really. I don't even know how you would model it in Tinkercad or Armor for Cobra Command. It's probably not intuitive to do it. You might have to do it in Fusion 360 or something. It's just because there's so many curves, so many angles
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
how I had to do my slag sword.
Mhm.
Where the hell slag? This sword to get this to work right.
Mhm.
I did that in I think Fusion, trying to learn Fusion to get that nice, so that you know what I mean, because you do it in Tinkercad and it has all the weird cuts and angles and shit to it, and I didn't.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and I wanted to be able to follow and give it an edge all the way around. So I had to
yeah.
learn
And
how to do
then I think Fusion has like some built-in tools to do stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah,
which is just hard. And then of course you try to do it in Tinkercad, it makes that STL file a lot larger than than it should be.
yeah. It makes it way too big.
Yeah.
Let's see, get that kind of there.
Do you simplify like I after I make something, I simplify it in 3D Builder, the built-in Windows 3D Builder.
I've never done that to one of my own models. And now, actually, when I
Yeah,
think of it, I've done that in other people's stuff when it comes in and I'll throw it in Cura and it's got errors in it.
yeah, yeah,
But I've
yeah.
never done that with one of mine.
So sometimes I do that. Yeah, what I download a model and then like, oh wait, there's a hole or something.
It's well, it's funny that you say that because I'll show you something funny. After we design this, I'll pull up a well-known file and then I will ungroup it and show you how much of a just massive pain that
Mhm.
was. Nope. Stop moving. Grab this one. Damn it. I forgot I had that there.
Riot Shield.
Well, all right. So one of my favorite figures, which is somewhere around, yeah, is I am wearing pajama pants. Do not judge me. I worked from home today. Is his SWAT shield.
Oh yeah, Onslaught. Yeah, that's right.
So let's make one. It's not a bad idea, but I'm going to make it a little bit more like a riot shield than that is because the way that pegs into the arm is funky. But that
Yeah,
needs.
because you might also need like a little slot on the side for the muzzle.
Yeah, we could do that.
Uh, Agent, well, not Bot Bender Orange now. It's got me thinking of making, because the weaponizer and line is pretty much done.
I
I was
know.
thinking, man, how cool is it? Just what if we just made 3D models of weapon attachments that could be any kind of stupid thing. Doesn't have to be a gun. Like what if you a large you know rocket bay or something that eventually could double as a rocket launcher or attachment to the bottom of the, what I mean?
Yeah,
Just design those things. It doesn't have to combine to be a robot, but they're just like these modular weapon attachments that could make the robot more larger, just chunks and stuff, right?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Kind of like the stuff that came with it. You could also do like what they did with him.
Yeah.
Because most of his weapons are just generic ass weapons that are just
No, but I'm thinking like big blocks. Like how in the weaponizers they can go underneath the pegs and the feet
yeah.
just
Oh, I
to
see.
make like big. I mean, and it would be good for FDMs because they're larger, right? To just like
Yeah.
make, because some of the stuff that he makes is like crazy. I mean,
Yes.
very cool. Can't even imagine that.
Let's see. Let me scroll back over and look at the chat. It's the only thing that sucks about trying to do the modeling on this monitor, and then I've got the chat on this side because I figured it would be better if it looked like I was looking at the screen.
Ah.
3D
Yeah, I'm
printed
gonna miss looking at it.
limbs for the back of Warper Cybertron figures. Brian, you have no idea how fast I could do that because I already have something that would work. The tail for Slitherfang is ball joint articulated.
Mm.
and already has 5mm port on it. And all you have to do is print more of the ball joints, hook them all together, and at the end of it is a 5mm port.
Mm.
All you would need is a way to attach it to the back, which would be simple. You just make a plate with a plate with 4 pegs. Let's see. I need an echo containment unit for a 6-inch. Ecto containment unit for a 6-inch. I have the containment unit that I made for Ectotron
roller
for 6-inch. You could probably scale it if you wanted to print it, Aaron. Taco with a 5mm port. All right, saving that for the to-do list because that's funny. You go back to work. Aaron went back to work. I already missed. Damn.
You can find a taco bot or a burger bot that you can put a 5mm port on.
I was going to say, it'd be really funny is because there's a bunch of bots just thrown on my desk that I fiddle with all the time. And I know I have the taco, but I think my daughter might have stole it. She loves these things. Willie, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming.
I saw the trailer for that bots. I'm actually kind of intrigued. I mean, if you take it aside, I mean, it's just a Transformers by brand. If you take it aside as just a concept for a kid's show, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like suddenly all these things in the mall come to life, right?
The youngest has watched ever since Kato said something about watching Cuphead. I watched like 10 minutes of the first episode and I thought she'd like it. And she's watched the entire season 8 times. Every time I'm like in there, so I'm like, "What do you want to watch something?" She's like, "I want to watch Cuphead." All right, let's watch Cuphead.
my what's it called? Hold on 1 second. My headset. Okay. No, my youngest, she likes rescue bots a lot, and I actually started a long time ago. We watched it together, and I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. I mean, it's a show where the dad is not a idiot. A lot of kids shows the dads are portrayed as idiots, right?
We get a bad rap in kids shows, I swear.
Yeah.
How thick? 4.5. I love this one part right here. This piece.
Yeah, I really need to go through those parts because there's some stuff that, like, I remember one time I was making something like spent so long making it, and I'm like, oh wait, there's one right here.
I've done that. I've definitely done that. Or like when I first started using this, I didn't realize that the shape generator had like wrapped text.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to manually wrap text.
Bend it. Oh my god.
I was making like what was it? One of my other daughters, when she was way younger, a teacher appreciation day, she wanted to give her teacher an apple, but she wanted me to print it. Oh. So I found like an Apple STL, and then I went and I was trying to put text in it. Again, this was before I started designing anything like this. And I was literally like, there's the letter T. All right, now I gotta back this out, and like, oh my god, it's terrible. And then I found that, and I was so mad. I think that'll look good. Let's do duplicate you.
I mean, you ever have relatives that know they can 3D print stuff, and then they ask you to 3D print something that's like, in your head will take you like a week, but they come to you so excited about it.
Yes, constantly.
And you have to tell them in a nice way, oh yeah, sure, but you're never gonna print it.
Well, I mean, it comes up a lot of like, I've done little things, and like I printed like I took, again, this is before I started designing my own stuff, and I was just kind of modifying things. Was like I took an STL of a rose that was really nice, and just I added a cylinder base and a hole in the cylinder base, and printed it off, and then she painted it, and I found a screw that would thread the hole, and we sent it to her mother, and it's the pull knob on her I think it's a thing in her bathroom.
Mm.
So we printed it, painted it. She did a beautiful job painting it. There's a nice gradient to it and everything. And then we sent her the screw, and she just attached it.
Nice.
I love this piece.
Yeah, that one I recently found, and I tell you, it could have made a lot of things a lot quicker if I knew about it in the past.
I'm not lying. You can probably find one of these little grills on like 90% of the stuff I make, just because I like having these little grill pieces. Sometimes I'll modify the hell out of it, but and super condense it so it's very small little jagged points or something like that. But yeah, I use this one all the time.
No, it's a good piece. I mean, for sci-fi stuff, I mean, it works in practically everywhere.
Yeah.
Very cool.
My own little creations and pegs and the.
Yeah, I just so that I mean, there's like I'm assuming there's a 5mm stuff there.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably like this is a 5mm pin that I made for something. This is actually the axles for. It ended up being the axles that I used for roller, but all of the other cars I made, they all had used the same axles, so you can actually swap out all the wheels. So like if you download one of the original cars I made that has different wheels, they are interchangeable with rollers wheels.
Cool. It makes things a lot quicker to save stuff. It just because I mean, you're gonna do it so many times, right?
The only problem is that I'll do this part differently almost all the time, because on like weapons like this one, I shaved 0.5 millimeter off the top of the bottom so it would print flat. On this, because that's a pretty big shield and it's going to need to peg in to a forearm or you know what I mean? Like it's going to have to peg in like here. I'm not going to make that flat on the ends. I'm going to make it a full cylinder because I want that to have the best connection. Let's see. How long should that be? Probably 10. I said 10. Jack up the sides. Change the bevel to 1. I always bevel these so that when they print, they don't elephant foot.
Yes. Yeah. That is, and also it's just just sometimes you get extrusion issues, and it just saves you a step of cleaning that part more.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it can plug in.
Sync that. I mean, you don't get much simpler than that.
Yeah, but see, that's fine. I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes if you overcomplicate it, it gets too busy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried doing stuff that's like the only thing I don't like trying to do is battle damage because I can't get it random. Because I'll look at it and I'll be like, yeah, I've got like groupings on like bullet holes. I did that for the Apocalypse armor, the speed limit signs that are bent as part of the armor have holes going through them. They're bullet holes. And back then I used to make everything super thick. But like you can kind of tell, like those bullet holes are just like me just taking a cylinder cut and just being like one there and one there and one there. Now, if I went back into that, it would be different.
And it looks like you have a lot of nice room in the middle if you wanted to put an Autobot or Decepticon.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, well, the two things I was thinking is, A, this would print really well laying down. I don't think I want to put the peg in it like that. I think what I want to do instead is maybe take a square. I'm going to center it where I want that. Doesn't have to be this big, though. Nope. Did I just fuck that up? No, I might have. I mean, let's do like 15. 15. I'm going to sink that in. Check the alignment. Because that doesn't have to be perfect either. That. Do that, and you could put an Autobot or a Decepticon logo right there.
Yeah.
Well, wait, let me change that to 15, so at least it's square. But I need some extra thickness because what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to a hole.
Yeah, and save on print time.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll center it on there. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Damn it. Wrong thing. Damn it. So that's going to cut through if I do that. That's probably just under the surface. Do that. But it should be strong enough. Make sure I select the whole thing.
And you want to print that peg horizontal, that's why.
Yep. So now this can just drop that, change it to, because this shows up better on camera. Some of the colors, my eyes can't catch the angles. Like even this one's a little bit difficult because that angle is not very steep. Yeah,
that gray looks a little yellowish, man.
It's yellow. Let me take a look over here. Knuckle dust.
Can you make it white?
Make it fucking.
Oh, hey, there, it's white.
There, it's white. It's white. Let's see. Hoist, yes. I'm sorry, I'm behind. You said this like 10 minutes ago. We used to watch. Rescue Bots all the time. We have a shit ton of the Rescue Bot toys. Like that's her collection.
Same here.
Her collection is Rescue Bots and some of the other stuff I've given her. Because she's constantly trying to steal stuff out of here. We were at that toy store by the house the other day, and this is when I bought G1 Perceptor. We were looking in this case full of G1s, and she saw G1 Bumblebee, and it was mint. Wasn't on a card, but it was mint in a container. And she was like, "I want Bumblebee," and I was like, I went and I like looked underneath it because it was a glass shelf and the price was underneath it, and I was like, "No, that's $75. I'm not buying you a $75 G1 Bumblebee you're gonna break in half as soon as we get home."
Yeah, that's.
Let's see.
I wouldn't mind seeing some reimagining of some of the Rescue Bots.
I would love it if Legacy did the Rescue Bots.
That actually would be cool. You know what would be cool? If they did the Rescue Bots
Hey, break it.
in Legacy style, like, and if they did the humans in classified style. Actually, maybe not classified. 3 3/4 would be okay. I missed out. You remember they released the human Transformer versions. I think I believe it was only human in I think it was a G.I. Joe club. But
I saw that because I saw the Optimus Prime G.I. Joe randomly on eBay when I was digging around for Rock Lords the other day.
Yeah. Engineer Hoy said he wanted Rescue Bots in that style since I first watched this show. Cool. I mean, for me, definitely. What's his name? What's the guy Firetox name again? Heatwave. Heatwave and
Blades.
Oh, was it Blades and
Chase?
What's
and
Chase? Yeah, Chase. Yeah.
And Chase would be easy because all you got to do is take the barricade Earthrise barricade mold. Do it in that. You know what I mean? Do it in blue. He doesn't have to look like a fake Mustang like he did in Botbot or
I wouldn't mind though if it was.
Let's see.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing some of those in Legacy style. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, hold on. Blunghole says for battle damage, there's an object in Tinkercad called Asteroid that I turn into a hole and create some realistic damage and stuff. Using it right now to create. Okay, hold on. So they updated a bunch of this stuff. They added this structures and scenery thing since the last time I did anything. I wonder. That's crystals. I wonder if there's something in here called asteroid. There's mountains. Well, that would have been nice before I made my own damn mountains the other day. There's a cave.
Wait.
So,
Wait. So yeah, the mountains. Hey, you know what you can do with the mountains? Wait, look if there's a rock.
oh shit! It's literally just a mountain. They even colored it.
Yeah.
See, all right, this I hate.
Oh, you can't scale it?
When you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Duplicate and rotate it to create a range of mountains. Okay, fine. Why can't I make bigger mountains or smaller mountains, or flatten that so it's not as peaky?
But you can. I mean, you can. I mean, when I see stuff like that, hey, hold on. Sorry.
Oh, that's a see. For my old stuff, I used matches for bullet damage, light a match. Still in the interim phase. Oh, that's a good idea. I wanted rescue bots in that style since I first saw the show. Yes. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry, man. I'm so behind. Brian, take it easy, man. Thanks for coming. Wasn't there a concept release for an updated rescue bots last week, or maybe I saw some fan art wish list? I don't know. Half my message got ninja. Oh, Boulder. That's right. Boulder was the construction vehicle.
Yeah, Boulder.
Here's a link to Asteroid. It's not gonna let you post a link in the chat, and I don't know if even a mod can approve it. Have you used your resin printer yet? No, it is still in the box. It's sitting over there.
Oh, what you picked up again?
I got the Mars Plus.
Oh, cool.
The Mars Pro.
Is that the okay. I have the Pro 2. They're on version.
I got the Pro 2. I got the one that you showed me.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I just haven't set it up yet because I'm worried about that with the little one and with the dog. I bought some of the soluble resin because it's supposed to be a little bit better, but I still haven't set it up, and I don't.
I gotta be honest.
I'm out of this house in like this summer,
and
there's going to be a dedicated printer room in the new house.
The water soluble is, I mean, it's easy, but it's not as strong. I like the ABS like resin. I got the one upgrade that I really like to the one upgrade that I think is required for for resin is the spring steel plate. Because man, before that, it's sometimes it's so hard to get. Like one of the it's hard to remove some of the oh, lost for words. It's hard to remove the model sometimes. Like when I wasn't familiar in the beginning with doing the supports and stuff, so one of the models it's just stuck to the steel plate. It took a long time to get it out, and I think I overcured it, or so I don't know. It wasn't as well. But then again, I was just starting out with resin, but at least the spring plate is a lot more forgivable. Like I can just pop it out and then and then I have no chance of damaging. And then of course the cool part with it, because after in the past when I didn't have the spring steel plate, I'd have to re-level because I messed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loosened it, or I'd have to re-level. With a spring plate, I can just take it out, and I didn't have to re-level the printer again.
Oh, that's cool. That is pretty cool.
And the cool part is, I think I forgot what the brand, but it came with two. So you can kind of like take one out, let it kind of cure outside or drip outside, and then start another batch.
Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, so I just I haven't set it up yet. I'm gonna set it up when we move, but I'm not trying to get ahead of myself on that one, especially since the other three don't even work right now because I still have to.
Hey,
Put
did you turn it on at least? Did you at
Oh,
least turn
no,
it
they'll
on?
still turn on.
Okay. No, because sometimes I have a friend. He
Oh, you
buys
mean
all
the
this kind
resin
of
printer?
junk.
No, I haven't even opened the box.
Well, I have a friend.
Done that.
He's
Return.
notorious for buying stuff and not check on them. And then when he checks on them, it's past the return date. And I was like, if you're, he says, well, I wasn't going to use it right. And I thought, just open it the day you get it and just make sure it powers on at least, right? He said it's like in the years I've known him, probably had like 4 or 5 dead on arrival stuff that passed the return date, right? Can't return anymore. It's enough. No use in paperweights.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen. That happened. I'm gonna be mad as shit if I open that thing up and it's broken. Now that I think about it, I might have to do that this weekend just to see if it turns on.
Yeah, I would just say just turn it on. I mean, these things are mass produced, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
who knows if you get some guy that was lazy at work today or forgot to do one thing, right? Somebody at the factory was like, "Hey, I don't feel like doing a good job today." I had from a customer, we had like 5 laptops. One of them was a lemon. Didn't even power on.
I mean, through
That's return.
through what I do for a living, like I definitely have had motherboards show up dead.
Yeah.
Like whole ass brand new motherboard in a box, it's dead. You look at it and there's just like a component broken off.
Yeah, I mean it happens. I mean, these things are still made by humans. Humans still interact with them. Somebody's gonna mess it up.
There's always stuff gets jostled around in shipping. No, yeah, I should have known better. Yeah. And as much as I hate that I have to admit that I didn't do that, thank you for bringing it up. Damn it.
I mean, over the years, I've had enough stuff come dead on arrival over the years that, it's. My friend is notorious for that. It has happened to me too. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, sucks. I'm. And what are you gonna do? You gonna take it back to the retailer and say, it's broken? And they're like, this is like 90, 80, 100 days later. Like, okay.
They're gonna be like, yeah, your point. What do you want us to do about it now?
It's like, here's the receipt, but you bought it over 100 days ago. I said, but I only opened it yet. No.
But I just opened it yesterday. It's not my fault.
Not my problem anymore.
Wah wah.
Well, the nice part though is even if you may not be able to return it, like returning it back is probably the path of least resistance. But Elegoo does have good support, so.
Oh, okay, that's good.
For some reason, you might have to go through trouble of returning and waiting.
Well, it's like one of the reasons that I was when I was looking at that printer, why I was asking you about them is because I definitely in the past. Yeah, drop it down a little bit. I definitely in the past have bought things from companies that, when I say they have no customer service, I mean not a single moment of customer service, and I keep doing that. I don't know why. Like, dude, have you not learned by now? Just spend the extra $50 on a different damn printer that somebody will read the email. The amount of time I tried to email Tronxy about shit with this very first printer I had, and I would email Tronxy and I'd get the damn return notice because their inbox was full. I got an inbox full message every day for 2 months.
Oh my! That means somebody's checking that box.
and it was like, and I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I knew, like, the first week it was going on, it was Chinese New Year, so I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But the next 3 weeks, I'm like, why is this person not? Why is somebody in that company not checking any email at all?
Yeah, Ilagu's pretty good. I mean, of course, Creality does have a lot of good support, and also just community. So, one thing for me is like also community support
Yeah,
is big.
yeah,
So
for sure.
if you buy a printer, and then you look at their Facebook group and there's like 200 of you, then
Yeah, right. The only group you can find is on like a Reddit forum, and there's like a dozen dudes talking about the same junky printer.
yeah, then not a lot of community support there.
Martin is right. It's like mint and sealed box collector who never opened a figure that came in a box with no window. How do you know it's not broken? So I was actually thinking about this the other day because I got 2 of the Coronation Starscreams. The one I got shipped from one company came in a bag, and the box is completely destroyed because they're even like cheaping out on the cardboard boxes. The one I got directly from Hasbro Pulse had one corner a little bit messed up, but at least it was packaged in a box. And I thought about it. Anybody who buys these things and doesn't open them, the Golden Disc collection, some of these studio series, literally any of the studio series or the select stuff, you have no idea if you have an actual complete figure.
Yep.
But at least
these things were meant to
see
be
most
open
of it in a box.
Right?
Say what? I'm sorry.
I mean, these things were meant to be open. And for me, it's like I get it that there's inbox collectors and stuff. I mean, I get it. But I'd rather just open it. So you have a white shield and an orange handle.
Yep, white shield, orange handle.
Very cool.
I always said that happened to me once. I told them I would just buy another, then return this bad one. They accepted my return. I've never said that to a place. I would like to say I'm a good enough person that I've never done that, but I'd be lying my ass off.
But sometimes it's hard with some electronics because they're serial numbered, right?
Well, yeah. I mean that'd be one thing, and you know what? I accept that. But like, if I buy tools and the drill I was using shit at the bed like an hour into using it, I'm gonna go buy another drill, or or not even go buy another drill, not even for an hour, because then I would just return it. But like, if I bought a drill for a project and it sat for a few months, because that happens, like the big ass vacuum cleaner sitting over here, I have a big ass shop vac to clean out my vents, and I bought that thing like 2 weeks ago, and I turned it on, it works.
Yeah.
I ain't It's been nasty and rainy. It's been weird here. It's been like 70 degrees, and then the next day it was 18, and then the next day it was like 60 and rainy. Let's see. That's from X-Raid, maybe. It's the Creamsicle Edition Shield. Yes, and I have those colors. You wouldn't believe the weird colors I have.
Try making Neapolitan. No.
Yeah, if you got like Toy Hacks label would fit here. Print it in whichever color you want. Nice riot shield. I realized that not every figure has a peg in the forearm, because I'm looking at a few that don't right now. So a handle and a peg. Now that I think about it, I have to do something with this handle. I don't like the radiuses being different. So like, I don't know if you ever do this. I don't like the radiuses being different when you elongate things. So I just do this. Use the same one and duplicate it, and then pull it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to have to like try to match that radius. There's math involved in some of this that I'm not willing to do. There we go. So now that will plug into the hole that we put there. That'll go into a hand if you want it, or you can do that and put it into a forearm.
There you go. Very cool, man.
Inspiration.
Hey, it is around dinner time here. I gotta get going. But it's nice hanging out.
All right. Awesome, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a good time.
I will talk to you later.
All right, man. Good night.
Good night.
All right. So now we have combos and a shield. I'll have to test print these when I get the printers working, which will be this weekend. I got a couple of people who want some stuff, and they're gonna get it. And yeah, Elites, Virginia's weird. At least down in the middle. It's not as weird as it is up here, because up here it's just a swamp. So we get up here and it's 99% humidity and it's not raining and it's 105. Let's see. Let me try something real fast. Let me see. All right, so here's set number 2. So the way this will look, since I showed you guys how the other one worked, take this. I'm just going to rotate that. Rotate. Ah, what in the hell? Damn it, Bob. I'm going to take, whoa, don't do that. Take that. I'm going to half-ass line that up. Raise that up top. Roughly where we want it. There. So just for alignment's sake. So there you go. There you got this like riot shield, battle shield. You could probably take like I don't know, any kind of little thin acrylic stuff. Hell, use some of the plastic that is on some of the Transformers when you get them on some of the boxes. Use some of that plastic, cut it down, and you could glue it onto the back of this so you'd have an actual window, and you can have it held like this, or you can use the other peg and peg it directly into the arm. And that should work for pretty much every bot. It is 90 millimeters. So I want to show you what 90 millimeters tall is. What the hell did I do with my calipers with no batteries? All right. 90 millimeters is, for everyone who is not Canadian in the chat, that is my yellowed Shattered Glass Starscream. That is 90 millimeters. So it's not a full like head to toe riot shield, but you know, you could position that and hold it up and it would be, it would cover the whole torso. I live in Pennsylvania. It's damn creepy here. I've driven through Pennsylvania in the middle of the night. It is creepy as shit out there. Within a 2-hour drive from where I'm at, I can go to a lake where a monster is sighted, a UFO crash site, several haunted locations, and tons of places people see Bigfoot. Raz says, man, it's way more interesting where I am. Let me do the undos to put everything back down so that it's in the orientation that I want for it to print. Move this stuff over here. Now, generally, I don't make multiple weapons on one build, one work plane. Generally, I will have multiple files. But since we're just doing this on a live thing, I just figured to do this. So we've done a bladed weapon. We've done a shield. Let me see, what time is it? 11:30. I think, being at about 11:30, I think I am going to call that a wrap for tonight. We've been on for about an hour and a half. But I do want to thank everybody for coming. Everybody who was in the chat, you know, Larkin for joining. Excuse me. It really does mean a lot. And I know my platform is kind of odd since I just give away free crap. And, well, I give away free files. And then I have a Patreon that I try to show some back-end stuff, some stuff you might never see. There's some files there that no one has ever gotten because I haven't uploaded them. There's some early releases. You'll see some stuff there that I've been working on for months that hasn't come out yet. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. It's $1 a month. You can do 3 if you want, or 5, because I offer the files for free. Not a whole lot else I can do really with the Patreon, but it's there. The Etsy store is down at the moment, but it will be back soon. And thank you, everybody. Seriously, thank you. Thank you for joining. Let me move this back over here so I can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, let's do it like this. So seriously, thank everybody for coming tonight and hanging out. This was pretty awesome. Maybe we'll do this again, maybe a little bit more regularly. Maybe get me out of kind of a funk and get me designing again. Not gonna lie, I've been a little behind. Ideas are there, but the sit down and do it hasn't been there for a little bit. So again, thank you guys all for being here, everybody. And I guess that's it. I don't know how to end these things. I don't think I've ever had this many people to chat. Again, thank you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of it, let me know. There's a like button and a subscribe button and all the YouTube things. So good night, everybody.